it's time to prep the base. I have my base. I have it interfaced with Decoville Heavy. And as you can see, I did all kinds of markings. Remember when I said measure twice and cut once? Well, I think I did 4 times on this side because I kept goofing it up. I have a goofy ruler, and then I picked up another goofy ruler. So anyway, what I like to do is using the measurements, I mark with dots my spots, and then I like to connect them with lines just to be sure that they are spot on. So as you can see here, I had one wrong because goofy rulers. So anyway, and here I had one wrong, yada yada. I also have my centers. That was another way I found these 2 spots. So what we need to do now, punch our holes for our purse feet, but we're not going to put the purse feet in just yet. So I'm going to use, I have one of those leather punches from Harbor Freight. I'm just going to punch them out real quick. And then my purse feet will go in there. They'll fit just nicely. So when you're punching out your holes, as you can see, it left the little pieces. I'll just poke those out and remove those when it comes time. Do not punch a big hole. I'm using the smallest punch on my tool. I only want it to be big enough to be able to squeeze my purse feet through. I have one more somewhere here. My purse feet, admittedly, are a little small, but it's what I have. They'll be fine. Put my purse feet aside, and it's time to go ahead and get this taken care of. So on one of my exterior pieces, I have the center marked. So I'm going to flip it over, and right sides together, I'm going to use the center mark, and I'm going to clip. And as you can see, I already have my marks for sewing are already on there. So I'm going to show you my intersection marks right here, right here, right here, and right there. Okay. The first stitch I'm going to make is I'm going to start at my corner and go all the way across to my other corner, and I'm going to stop. I'm going to use a stitch length of just over 3 because I am stitching vinyl. I'm going to rotate my hand wheel to make sure I am hitting exactly on the intersection that I drew on my base. Okay, so let's go ahead. I will begin. That looks perfect. 1/4 inch seam allowance. Here's another trick. Depending on what I'm sewing, and especially if I'm sewing vinyl, I like to use my clips the curved side down so that as I'm going, I can pull them out. If I have them with the flat side down, it's harder to get them out. So I find that having the curved part takes them out a little easier. I am ruining one of my stickers, but oh well. I will always get another. Don't rush this process. A couple of my stitches back here were a little close together. Now, if I go another full stitch, it's going to take me past my intersection. So with my needle up, I'm going to lift my foot and just move it back a pinch and let it come down perfectly on the intersection. Okay, and then I will backstitch. There we go. Okay. There's one side. I am going to go ahead and let's find the center of our other side. So to find the center the easiest way, you can use a ruler if you like, but I'm going to just fold my piece in half, find my center. I could mark it with a marking pen, a pencil, anything like that. I can cut it a little bit, but if you cut, just make sure it's very, very slight. It's probably, I don't know, it's really small. So just make sure it stays small. You don't want it to cut into your seam allowance. And you only need just a small bit taken out. Okay, let's attach to the other side. So with our two pieces already attached, right sides together, let's match up our center markings once again. Put those together. And actually, I'm going to flip it over because I want to sew on this side. So I'm going to flip my clips over as well. So once again, I'm going to start at my dot. I love those little fish. All right. There we go. Okay. I don't want to backstitch too many times or too much because it is vinyl. So there we have our base, and now it's time to go ahead and put in our purse feet. Okay, so I have my purse feet. One of them fell on the floor. So let's install one. So I'm going to come to the right side, and I'm going to take my foot, squeeze the ends together if they've come apart a little bit, and push it in, flip it over, and I'm going to bend the prongs out. I like the prongs to line up. I don't want it to go, I don't want it to go vertical. I want them to go horizontal. I don't want it to poke into the side of my seam allowance at all. So I want to turn it, make sure it's snug, and then open that up. Again, you don't want to push this down so that it ends up poking and kind of putting an edge into your interfacing or into your vinyl. And I have my tape already. And I want to, oh, I didn't cut them long enough, so I'm going to put two pieces for the sake of not wasting any of it. Okay, just put two pieces over it, just shield it. Okay, let's move on to our next one. Just going to feel for the hole. Nope. There we go. Again, horizontal. Open up the feet. Make sure it's snug. Tape. I put an extra foot on here. It's supposed to be in the middle. And now I have two holes here. So normally it would go here, but I'm going to put an extra one, so I will grab another one. Oops. Best laid plans. It doesn't matter to put an extra in there. But I'm trying to follow the pattern as best I can for you. Whoops. On a bag of mine one time, I did not make sure that the exterior part of the foot was pushed up far enough, and my purse foot is loose on one of them. So let's make sure that it's nice and snug there. Okay. Been there, done that tip. Kind of pull up on it a little bit as I push it down. Okay, let's put the last one in. And there we go. Okay, so we're all set with our purse feet. Okay, one extra compared to what the pattern calls for, but I'm okay with that. So the next thing we are going to do is match up the top of our bag, the vinyl pieces. My interface is a little taller, and that's okay. I can trim that off. And it's actually coming off just a pinch. Actually, I think I'm going to take it over to the iron real quick and just re-adhere it real quick.